You guys, it's Shundara. What is up? And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you thumbs up this video, and make sure you're following me on all my social media sites. And in today's video, we will be putting the Ordinary's lactic acid 10% to the test with the Ordinary's Mandelic Acid 10%. So we are going to see in this video, does your skin love lactic acid or does your skin love Mandelic acid, and which one is perfect for you? With that being said, 1 ounce of lactic acid will run you $6.80, and 1 ounce of Mandelic acid 10% will run you $6.80. Now they're both 10%. I do want to say this. Now I know you're probably asking, well, why I didn't do the 5%? I decided to do the 10%. The only reason why I decided to do the 10% instead of the 5% lactic acid is because the pH is pretty much the same for the 5% and the 10% lactic acid. So I decided, since the pH is the same for both lactic acids, let's just do the 10% versus, because it makes sense. This is 10% and this is 10%. That's just how it went in my head, okay? I know it's a little bit off, but that is what I came with in my head. Now, with that being said, you guys, y'all already know how I roll on this channel. But anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and swatch both products. Now we're gonna do the Mandelic acid. I'm doing 3 drops instead of 2. Okay, so here we go. There you have it. So this is the Mandelic acid. I accidentally did 2 drops, like 1, 2, so it didn't go. But you can see how the lactic acid actually dripped down a little slower. So it is going to be a little thicker. Now see, I thought the Mandelic acid was a little thicker, but it didn't do with the lactic acid. You guys see that? You know, sometimes I'll be thinking this is pointless, but can y'all see the difference in the moisture content? This is amazing. Can y'all see that? That is a huge difference. Okay, so here we go. So this is the lactic acid and this is the Mandelic acid. The Mandelic acid, they're both the same. I will say this, the lactic acid has just a bit more bubbles than the Mandelic acid. So it is very bubbly, the lactic acid. And then this is lactic. I hope I said the right side of my face when I did this. If I didn't, oh, well, y'all know, lactic, Mandelic, okay? Because sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, what side did I put it on? Oh, I forgot. I have to play back the video like 5 times. So Mandelic and lactic. Oh, I remembered. Okay, because I didn't want to have to play back the video. And then it's weird because I'm facing this way and then the screen finder. So when you flip it, it's like, oh my God, then I gotta go. It's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, Mandelic and lactic. Okay, here we go. Let me put the rest of the Dopplers. I know for the average person this is too much, but this is just for the video. Normally I don't do this. Yes, I do. I'm lying. So let's go ahead and rub it in so you guys can see. Let me go ahead and turn the light down. So the lactic acid feels like water and the Mandelic acid literally feels like oil, if that makes sense. So it's a really difference in the way they feel. The texture of them feels totally different, you guys. It's like, wow. Here we go. So can you guys see? So this is Mandelic and this is the lactic acid. Can you guys see? That is amazing. Let me go ahead and rub it in really well. Can you guys see? Wow. So here we go. So this is Mandelic and this is lactic. Can you guys see? So Mandelic acid makes my pores look a little bit larger, but that's just for my skin. You know, everyone's skin is different. That's just for my skin. I'm gonna go ahead, wait 20 minutes, let them penetrate into my skin, and then we'll do another close-up. And here is the Ordinary's Mandelic Acid 10% and the Ordinary's Lactic Acid 10%. Which one do you like? Let me go ahead and show you guys my forehead and show you guys my chin. Now let's do it with the light turned down. The Ordinary's Mandelic Acid 10%. Cheek and forehead and chin. And here is the Ordinary's Lactic Acid 10%. Cheek, forehead, and chin. We have a lot to discuss. I will say this, you know, we just have a lot to discuss, so let's talk about it. You know, this may be a little lengthy and a little long-winded, but I'm gonna try to concise it down. These are both great acids. I do want to mention that they're really wonderful, but it depends on a lot. So for instance, the Mandelic acid is made with bitter almonds. So if you have any averse to almonds in your skincare and you don't like that, then that may be something you want to consider. You have dry skin, sensitive skin, and you like oily products, I will say Mandelic acid is for you. Now, I do want to say this, using both for the months that I have used them, I personally feel that lactic acid is a little bit better for my skin. Lactic acid makes my skin glow. I like it that it works a little bit better with my moisturizers as opposed to Mandelic acid. Mandelic acid, you really need a really good heavy moisturizer, and because I live in a dry climate, Mandelic acid, when I use it for a significant amount of time, it can cause a lot of peeling depending on the moisturizer I use. So I suggest get a really good moisturizer. You may want to spend just a little bit of money on a moisturizer if you are going to use Mandelic acid, because it just gives your skin just a little bit of peeling, in my personal opinion. I never really experienced a peeling issue with lactic acid the way I did with Mandelic acid. It's literally like a chemical peel on your face, except gentler. I also want to mention what would be gentler of the two, whether it's lactic acid 10% or 5%. In my opinion, it would be Mandelic acid. It has a larger molecule, which means it slowly penetrates the skin. If you are of darker skin tones and you've never used any type of acids in your skincare, I think you may want to go ahead and try Mandelic acid first. It's going to decrease the risk of hyperpigmentation when using Mandelic acid as opposed to lactic acid. And also, in my opinion, and from people I've talked to, they've really enjoyed the Mandelic acid when it comes to getting rid of acne scars, any type of acne. They've really enjoyed Mandelic acid as opposed to lactic acid. If your skin doesn't like Mandelic acid, then maybe you should try lactic acid and start with the 5% and then move up to the 10%. If your face doesn't like oily products, then lactic acid would be perfect for you, because Mandelic acid is a little bit more oily. With lactic acid, I get this really beautiful bright glow, especially with the right moisturizer. My skin looks smooth, my skin looks flawless, I just look amazing. But with Mandelic acid, my pores look larger, I will say that, but I look a very brighter tone, or like a lighter tone. And see, that's why I always apply. I know a lot of you guys are like, well, why you keep applying it down your neck? Every time I wake up with Mandelic acid, my skin tone keeps getting lighter. It's so weird. So when I wake up in the morning, my skin tone with Mandelic acid looks totally different than when I went to sleep. And that's being inside the house all day and not being near the windows with the sun. My skin tone looks totally different from my skin tone on my face, looks totally different from my neck skin tone. So that's why I'm like, that's why initially I started applying Mandelic acid down my neck, because I'm like, I'm not gonna be looking one tone on my face and another tone on my neck. It's just weird that Mandelic acid does that to me. I've never experienced that with lactic acid. That's just my opinion. So I don't know if it's just me, or have y'all ever experienced that when using Mandelic acid? It happened the very first 3 weeks that I had started using Mandelic acid. So if you are looking for something to even out your skin tone, I think you will really enjoy Mandelic acid. It works wonders with evening out your skin tone. I know you're probably wondering, well, which one should I start off with if I'm completely new, like a virgin to lactic acid or Mandelic acid? In my opinion, I think you should start off with Mandelic acid. It's just way gentler. The molecule is a little bit larger, and you won't have any reactions that'll freak you out too much with Mandelic acid. However, if you don't like oily consistencies and acids, you just don't like oil oily products, you don't like the feel on your skin, and you have some verses to it being made with bitter almonds, that's what mandelic acid is made with, just bitter almonds, then I suggest you go ahead and start off with the Ordinary Lactic Acid 5%. Even though mandelic acid is a larger molecule, so it's going to be a little gentler, don't you sleep on mandelic acid now. Even though it's going to take longer to work, it is going to do way more work than lactic acid in my opinion. So I just want to let you guys know that when dealing with mandelic acid and dealing with lactic acid, you are going to get way more benefits from mandelic acid in my opinion, even though lactic acid is my favorite. There you have it. Now no one will ever say I'm being biased because I just defended mandelic acid in that one sentence, even though lactic acid is my favorite. I do want to reiterate this point. Even though mandelic acid is a larger molecule, so it's going to take a longer time to work, in the process of it taking a longer time to work is going to do a lot of work. Now with that being said, y'all already know I love lactic acid, so I'm gonna just go ahead and stick with my lactic acid, but mandelic acid is really good as well. Let me know your thoughts and your experience with both acids. I really would love to read how both acids worked with your skin type, your skin tone. Please let me know in the comments whether you have acne prone skin, combination skin, lots of blackheads, wherever your skin issues were, and which acid helped you in the process to make your skin better. I would love to hear your thoughts. That being said, please, if you use any of these acids, my suggestion as always is to use them at night. I just prefer to use AHAs at night. That's just my opinion because your skin regenerates itself as you're sleeping. I also want to mention this: if you are a first-time user of any of these acids, you will experience some sensation, whether it's stinging, burning, you will experience some sensation. However, if you don't experience any sensation from it, don't worry about it. It's just some people have certain sensitivities to certain acids and they're going to experience it, but it doesn't mean as a whole that you should experience it. With that being said, you guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you thumbs up this video, and make sure you're following me on all my social media sites. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye, you guys. Mwah.